Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh to everyone. Welcome again to Risale Now podcast. My dear brothers and sisters, have you ever felt so helpless in this life to the point of giving up hope and probably faith? We may already gone through that phase, feeling down and losing hope in facing so many challenges in life. Failed in examination, lost in competition, separated from our loved one, hardship in finding love, loss in business, inflicted by sickness, and death of the ones dear to our hearts. Trials came one by one, and we ask ourselves, why did all these hardships, sickness, trials come to us? Why did Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala let all of this happen to us? Why me? Why now? Why is it too long? Why is it too heavy? My dear brothers and sisters, indeed, if we know who gives us these trials and sicknesses, we will understand why it is given to us in this dunya. When we understand it, inshallah, all trials will not be considered as trials to us. And we will face all these trials and tribulation with patience, with sabr, and we even will be grateful for it because everything happens for a good reason. If there are no trials, there are no sickness, there are no calamities, we cannot taste the sweetness of this life. Man will become stronger, greater with trials and tribulation in life. Life becomes purified by tribulation and sicknesses, and through them, life attains its perfection, gets stronger, advances, becomes complete, and fulfills its duties. The monotonous life, on the other hand, spent upon the bed of relaxation is closer to nothingness, which is the pure evil, compared to existence, which is a pure good. And such a life, the monotonous life, indeed leads to nothingness. And these trials, calamities, sicknesses, some of them are wake up calls from the merciful Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah Ar-Rahim, the most merciful. Just as the shepherd might throw a stone at a sheep of his that have gone into a farm belonging to someone else, the sheep will feel that this act is a warning to save them from danger and return in all happiness and compliance. So too, my dear brothers and sisters, there are many tribulations which in reality is a divine wake up call from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and sometimes a warning for us. And some of these trials is the kafarat zunub, the salvation from sins, like in the hadith of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, peace be upon him, said, just as ripe fruits fall as a tree shakes, every time a feverish patient shivers, his sins fall or cancelled. And some of these trials drive away heedlessness and remind one of his weakness, his ajz, and powerlessness, and faqr, both of which are human qualities, the weakness and the powerlessness, and bestow on him a type of mindful awareness that he is in the presence of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And sometimes the illnesses are gift from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It is a blessing from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This means that Allah Ar-Rahman, Ar-Rahim, knows us, cares about us, and one day He sends the medicine as a Syafii, the healer, and gives us the best health. So, my dear brothers and sisters, let us face these trials in life by practicing sabr and shukr, even with a smile, as Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives the trials only to the ones He loves. Our Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, peace be upon him, says, "Ashadun nas, ashadun nasi bala al-anbiya, thumma al-awliya al-amthal fal-amthal." The people most severely tested are the prophets, then the righteous, the awliya, and the next best, and the next best, al-amthal fal-amthal. This means that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives the trials to the one He loves the most. However, the real calamities, the real trials in life happen, the real musibah in our life happen when we do not know the real or the true giver of the calamities. The real trial in our life is when we do not know our own creator. Therefore, all the other trials that actually makes us closer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, let us face them with a smile on our face, knowing so well that these are all signs that indeed Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala loves us. And let us reflect on this beautiful poem about the haqiqah of trials and calamities from Imam Bediuzzaman Said Nursi. He said, "Leave for your crying and wailing about the tribulation. Come now and in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala have trust. For crying and wailing itself is tribulation within tribulation and error within error. Know this. If you have found the one who has sent you the tribulation, this is itself as a joy within joy and blessing within the blessing. Know this. If you don't find the one who has sent you tribulation, the entire world becomes suffering within suffering. Know this. Why do you cry out about a little trial when you are already stricken with a trial of the magnitude of this world? So calm and have trust in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Smile in the face of the trial by having trust, by tawakkul, until the trials it to be smiles. Every time it smiles, it diminishes and changes. So, my dear brothers and sisters, just as hostility transformed into reconciliation and a fight into a joke by smiling in the face of the enemy during a disagreement, such enmity disappears. Similarly, when we meet the tribulation by having complete trust in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So, my dear brothers and sisters, let us all smile while facing and indulging in all the sweetness and bitterness of life. May Allah ease us with our duty and work. And may Allah bless us all. Thank you.